Alright. Sorry I'm a little bit late, everybody. For some reason, it's not that I hadn't prepared for tonight. I was in the middle of getting everything set up, but then, like, literally, like, in a minute before I'm supposed to go live, OBS is just not wanting to launch, for whatever fucking reason. Like, I was like, OBS, come on! Come on, I gotta stream tonight. It's the last one for a while, I promise. And I was like, come on! And the thing is like, every time I would, like, click on it, right, on the icon of my taskbar, it's like, I would get the notification of, like, OBS is already running. I'm like, where the fuck is the window then? I was starting to panic. Because I'm like, bruh, I gotta stream, and I don't see the OBS window at all. But yeah. Oh. Thankfully, I'm not super late. It's not like, and even if I'm even then, I don't think we're gonna like. I don't think it really matters how late I stream, because guess what? Tonight is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Today has actually been kind of stressful, and not for the reasons you think. I wish I could say that today was stressful because of trick-or-treaters, but no, I live in a neighborhood where trick-or-treaters are unlikely. Like, I don't know where a lot of the kids in this town live, but I can tell you right now that at least the street that I'm on, the intersection, we hardly have any kids. If anything, I think we moved into a place where mostly older adults live. But regardless, you know, I'm here now, and not only is it a Halloween stream, but it's also the finale to our month of horrors, so to speak, and of course the finale to The Letter, the game that we have been playing for 2 years now, and the game that we are finally finishing up tonight with the true endings. I really hope that we get to finally know what the hell is up with the Ermengarde mansion, because God, I feel like I've played through this game like 10 times. And I haven't gotten anywhere close. Well, we've gotten somewhat close. It's just like, God damn it. I just want to live. Why did I say I just want to live? I just want to get to the end of this so I can relax. God, I am honestly so excited for tonight to be done, because I want to rest. I want to rest, and I just want to relax. Because I've done nothing but work for over a month, because I was gonna say for the month of October, but I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's right. I did that one week where I did Justice for All twice, and then right after was The Letter. That's right! But, thankfully, at least for a few weeks, we're not doing that again. But, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was now. I know that I do need to get a walkthrough up. I do know that. I should probably get that up while I'm, talking right now. Let's see. The Letter, walkthrough, true ending. Let's try that. How to get the true ending. Let's see. Oh, crap. Toccanote. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Wait, excuse me? Where the fuck? Man, God, people cannot decide on what the hell the true ending is for this game. Alright, let me try this. Seriously, people cannot decide on this fucking game, like, how to get the true ending and all that. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at, like, the other endings, and apparently, that's an epilogue? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's so messed up. So I'm looking at a walkthrough for the true ending, and you know, and the way the Steam forums have it is that, like, you can black out spoilers, and I'm looking at one of them, and it says here the third one is the devs nicknamed this ending as the cock block ending because there's no romantic pairings possible between any of the three survivors. Just the cock block ending. Anyway, alright. Ah, excuse me. Let's see. Alright, I think I have a good walkthrough up, hopefully. Seriously, this game apparently is really confusing to get walkthroughs up. Anyway, because we've been at this for almost 15 minutes, I think now is the time we start diving into the letter. So, as always, because we are playing the letter, we must do our final disclaimer. So, excuse me. Viewers' discretion is advised. Due to the nature of this game, down in the description below is a condensed list of subject matters that are shown in this game. Graphic depictions of death, violence, torture, and murder. Horror content, such as psychological horror, body horror, gore, jump scares, and disturbing sounds and images. Bigoted language, including racial slurs, sexist and homophobic remarks. Psychological trauma, abuse and sexual assault. Suicide, incest, child death, animal cruelty / death, cannibalism, and alcoholism. If at any point you feel uncomfortable watching or you feel the need to stop, click away or stop watching. Your mental health matters, and I want this to be a safe place for viewers, even if you feel the need to step away. And I say this with the utmost respect, please take care of yourself. Give yourself a little kindness, and I will be trying to extend the same courtesy to myself as well. So, with that out of the way, I think it is now time we head into the finale of the letter. Alright, so we are not going to be saying goodbye to Firefox. What we are going to do, however, is we are going... Because I don't imagine the true ending is going to take super long, so... So we are going to do this. But as I said before, I do have a walkthrough up. Hopefully. The funny thing is that it says here that apparently we need to get as much information as we can about the Ermengarde mansion for the true ending. Yeah, so it says here, hints for the required choice for those who want to solve it on their own. You must make choices such that characters have as much information going into the final chapter as possible. But it is interesting that it seems like we were pretty close to getting the true ending at certain points. But yeah, it seems like the true ending, however, is going to be a bittersweet affair. Alright. So, what happened last time on the letter? Well, we finished up the Kill 'Em All route, which was actually shorter than I thought. Just ended with Luke getting trapped in the mansion instead of killed, and that didn't help us unlock a memory fragment. And because of that, we later found out that apparently in order to unlock the last 2 memory fragments, we have to get the true endings, which I find to be really stupid, but it's fine. After that, we decided to get some romance endings, and by that I mean we only got 3 romance endings. Because there were several romance endings, but a lot of them involved Luke, who I have, previously stated my opinion on several times at this point, and I personally don't feel like he deserves to be with anyone but Hannah. But the romance endings that we intended to get were the Hannah Mary Ann ending, the Hannah Zachary ending, and the Ashton Rebecca ending. And funnily enough, we got both Hannah Mary Ann and Rebecca Ashton in one run through, and then we got Hannah Zachary and coincidentally Luke and Rebecca ending. I didn't intend to get that last one. It just happened that way. However, those endings I felt were kind of not as fulfilling, not as satisfying. And I talked a lot more about that last time. And I was kind of disappointed, honestly. But we did that, and we basically decided to go for a everyone lives route, where nothing really changed, except characters lived, and we only got one more epilogue, which was for Hannah Mary Ann friendship ending. We're not even halfway through these epilogues. But yeah, look at that. Some of these were just not as fulfilling. It sucks. But we did get some bad friendship endings. We got Rebecca and Isabel and Ashton and Isabella. Those two hurt. Oh yeah, and this is the Luke trapped ending. It's actually kind of funny that ending kind of deviates. Like, basically, because in the Kill 'Em All route, we had Hannah killed, her dead body technically trapped Luke. But apparently there's a variation on that where it's Takako possessing Hannah, Where I think it would still end up in the same trapped ending, but it would be just different text, I guess. I don't know. But hey, we're almost done with all the CGs. We're missing one, I think, from Isabella. Yeah, I don't know what that will be. But yeah, we're still missing one from Isabella. Let's see, we got all of Hannah's. We're missing two from Zach. And I think these two are, like, basically these CGs, but with Hannah instead of Takako. Which, I'm not gonna do that. We got 100 for both Marianne and Rebecca. We're still missing a couple. We're still missing, looks like 6 pieces from Ash. And of course with Luke we're missing a lot. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, we got 2 CGs of fucking Luke getting punched out by both Marianne and Zach. And that was fucking... I'm never gonna get over that. I loved it. And we even got some achievements. We're 77% of the way through. But, with that, I think it is time we move on to the true ending. And that's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna do any more things unless, like, you know, for some reason, that unlocks a new path in Luke's chapter. Who knows? Alright. I really hope. I love that. I'm looking ahead for the romantic epilogues, and it says here that, like, note that not all characters have a romantic relationship, but there is one Yuri relationship if you're trying to be completionist. Oh, okay. That's interesting. But yeah, apparently there's another, and also there's another epilogue for Isabella, where basically, like, so we got the coma, so yeah, we thought we got all 3 of her endings, but technically there's a 4th epilogue for her, and it's specifically if Zachary, Rebecca, and Ash are dead. Isabella goes insane, I guess, which I'm not gonna look at. Alright, but it looks like there really isn't, let's see. Alright, I am gonna look up another walkthrough just to see. Just to see if, you know, if there's any other way to get a fucking, you know, I can't think. Alright, doesn't look like it. I really fucking hope that I get this true ending on the first try. Alright, let's get started. Our final run through. Let's go. Now, it did say that for the true ending, we do unfortunately have to kill off some people. Specifically, 3 people have to die, and 3 others have to live. And basically, the final choice is dependent on Luke. So. And of course, I will be going for relationship values. Because honestly, I love good endings more than bad. The bad endings just make me feel like shit. Did I ever tell you guys, like, one time how, I was on AO3, a couple years ago, reading a ship fanfic. And, and for the most part, it was like, it was a smut ship fanfic, but the thing is that like, but the thing is that let me get the walkthrough up real quick. Is that how do I put this? Was that like it wasn't necessarily like it was basically I guess the setting is a good way to put it. The setting for the fic was not exactly good. And it ended up with the ending, funnily enough, like the ending just like the way that it ended got like it was a bad ending all around. Like not in terms of quality, but like, you know, like quality of the writing, but like I don't know how else to put it. All right, let me see real quick. Whoops. Let's see. Okay. All right. But yeah, so that ending sucked. Like it basically like the ending of that fanfic just sucker punched me so badly that I read a fanfic for that same ship that I had read like the day before again because I felt so fucking awful. Let me see. All right. All right. The thing is like it says try to get as much information as you can. All right. I think I'm always just gonna go for Ashabella. I'm never gonna get over that. I am never gonna get over that that ship name Ashabella. It honestly does sound like a pretty decent name for like a like on itself. Alright. 25%? Seriously? Alright. Listen, that it's so it's very it's such a I love that scene. I'm sorry. There are just scenes I love in this game. Like you can tell like what the hell's the word I'm looking for? You can just tell like that there are just some scenes that like are so good. I don't know. All right. Alright, so obviously one of the survivors that has to live is Isabella. I still wonder what that CG is. Fuck that. Alright, now on to Hannah. Let me see. Okay. All right. All right, just checking. But yeah, I think like just by the choices here. But I think just by the choices here, you can pretty much. I think like with a certain, with certain choices, you're gonna be able to tell like, oh, this character's gonna die, this character's gonna live. Yeah, I do not want to be a bitch to Marianne. God, that moment where we had to like... threaten her, it's like, oh my god, I hated that. I did not like that. I mean, I know Luke said that Hannah could be as manipulative as he could be, but I'm like, bruh, that was pretty bad. It really does make me glad that, like, from my choices on the first run through, right? Like, they were actually, like, for the most part, good. Like, I made sure everyone was portrayed at their best.
I was told. Be honest with me.
Alright, I think you guys can already tell, like, what the ending for Hannah's gonna be. Because of how low her and Luke's relationship is. So unfortunately, we are getting that ending again. Which fucking sucks, because Hannah definitely doesn't deserve to die, but unfortunately, we can't really do much. Can't. You guys saw that. Well, again, it was only for a second, so. I do know I said last time that after we get the true endings, we're gonna look at some criticisms of the game. So yeah, Hannah has to be one of. So yeah, Isabella is one of the survivors. Hannah is one of the victims. Keep going. Building up relationship values. That way it makes the epilogue hurt worse. So I can't believe the cultist cockblock ending. Alright. This is important. This actually affects the true ending. During Zach's chapter, when the distorted photos come out, you must show the photos to Ash. So yeah, we have to actually... We have to do this. But yeah, we are getting up there, thankfully. Alright.
You do know she's married to one now.
Alright, good. Just checking. Okay, just making sure.
It ain't too late.
Just getting those values up. Fuck that. Listen, I'm so sick of QTEs. I'm sick of this game. Alright, we're almost done with Zach's chapter already. That's good. Alright, so Zach is another survivor. Zach is another survivor. What the fuck was that noise? This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, Halloween. God, I really wish I could have watched The Nightmare Before Christmas this year. I mean, I guess I could have another, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I could have another, I guess I could have another chance for it when Christmas comes around, because I think that's kind of classified.
I just remembered something.
Because I think, if I remember right, I think that is classified as a Christmas movie, surprisingly enough. What's this in the air? Where am I? I really don't want to deal with a QT.
Shouldn't you be asking her this? Isn't her opinion...
It is kind of interesting that, like, depending on which floor you go to, whether it be the first or ground... God, that's so weird that they call it like that. Like, the first or second floor, like, it depend... You know, that actually helps, decide on what Marianne's choices. But thankfully we're almost done with hers.
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey? You're looking like you need a...
Alright, I'm gonna have to put a loading screen here. Because yeah, Marianne is another victim. And with that, we're good. Now we're on to Rebecca. So yeah, we have 2 survivors down, 2 victims down. So now it's just a matter of finding out who the final survivor is and who the final victim is. We might get to the true ending quicker than I thought with how quick we're going through these chapters. I do want to know, like, excuse me. I do want to know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I do want to know, like, what other games this company has made. Because apparently from what I've been, it's like, it's so confusing. Like, I keep seeing years as like, that this came out in 2014, but apparently the copyright is 2017. I know it's like several years old at this point. I just don't know, like, stuff. That's not it. But still, I do wonder if we're really gonna figure out, like, what happened in the mansion today. I really hope so. Like, I really hope so, because I swear to God, if I have to find out from a fucking video essay, I will. We will sit down and watch it together. We will watch an hour-long video together. It's actually kind of interesting. I was looking at the walkthrough for the true ending, and apparently the person who made it wasn't even like, basically they said that Hannah had to be one of the victims, right? But they weren't sure whether or not, like, Hannah being possessed would consider her a victim. Apparently they tried to do the true ending with her being possessed, but it didn't work. But then the person was like, it could also be affection related. I'm like, oh, fuck that. Fuck that. And it's actually interesting. In order to get the Hannah possessed ending, you have to open the hatch. That's, like, the only requirement. Everything else you could have got, like, if your relationship with Luke is somewhat high, and I mean somewhat, like, maybe an increment, it'll be better. Let's see. I'm doing well with Luke. I need to go back. I need to go back and ask Ash out on a failed childhood date. A failed childhood date. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at this. Again, equivalent exchange. I gotta remember, this choice is equivalent exchange. Okay, we're almost done with Rebecca's chapter, which is good. Alright. Final survivor is Rebecca. But yeah, final survivor is Rebecca. That means Ash is the final victim. So yeah, there's a reason they said that this was the cock block ending. I still can't believe that devs called this.
It's confidential, Rebecca.
I still can't believe that this is considered the cock block ending. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, the devs consider this. Alright, so I think the next thing after this is, okay, wait a minute, no. I honestly, I thought we were doing the BRC stuff, because apparently that also plays a root. That plays a thing in here. Apparently you need to have Isabella with you in order to get the true ending with the BRC stuff. I really hope this true ending, you know, fills in, like, those questions. Because I am curious, like, what? Because, again, I think we came to the conclusion that, yeah, the letter couldn't have been, like, the result of everyone's deaths, you know? Because again, as Isabella said, like, she knows for a fact that there are people who hadn't seen the letter, yet they still died due to the curse. So it's like, what is causing their death? So, like, why were they involved in the curse?
What?
Fuck that. I have noticed how much I just say that phrase every time it comes to QTEs. I'm sorry. It's very repetitive. I get it. I will admit, though, we do get the... Well, at least we were pretty close to get... I guess, well, no, we weren't. But yeah, we did at least guess that, yeah, that the 4 friends at least need to make it this far, which is good. It does suck, though, that it's like... you know, Ash has to die. Because I'm like, fuck, man.
Thank you.
But at the very least, it does... But at the very least, how do I put this? But at the very least, you know, we can disregard canon as much as we want.
You...
Shouldn't we look into the mansion too? That's where
Oh.
the letter came from. That's where she came from.
Oh, that's new. That's new. Oh, yeah, that's a new story beat. Alright.
Maybe it's just as the professor says.
He did tell me there might be more to this than what I might be thinking.
Yeah. I mean, look at all this stuff Rebecca brought with her. Apparently our teachers have been lying to us all these years. So who knows?
Yeah, this is completely new. Let's see. Oh, this is new. Right here. But this might as well mean that what happened in that mansion years ago also equates into all this. And the letter Isabella found? It's at the heart of it. The why and the how is what we're missing here. If I'm going to go by what Andrew told Zach, the connection between the letter and the mansion's curse may run deeper than what we've initially thought. We won't be able to figure this out without looking into the other. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, that was a complete... So yeah, those were complete... So that was 2 new things. Finally. Alright, and then of course we got to get through the fight. And then we go to G's.
Okay?
I have to do it like this. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. This actually does matter in terms of, like, how Ashton's gonna go out.
I can't let you do that, Belle.
Oh. Oh, this is new. At least we're not kissing again. Alright, where are we? Hello? And sure enough, when our eyes meet again, her mouth has already settled in a tight line and she assumes a rigid pose. There's a sharpness to her gaze, but behind it is pain, undeniable, searing. Something that she tries to hide by hastily looking away and stepping back.
Becca, I know this.
It's all right, Ashton. You don't have to explain anything.
Yeah, but you should. I should.
I told you, no need. It's not like I didn't have an idea or anything. When you think about it, it's really quite obvious. The way you've always looked at her said everything. Anyway, let's just end this conversation here, all right? I don't think it would do us both any good. This is going to get really awkward if we keep at it. When all has been said and done, at least I told you, right? Maybe I can finally let this whole thing go. Who knows?
That's new.
Thanks for hearing me out, though. I won't keep you long. I know you have things to do. Just promise me you won't do anything dumb, all right?
Oof. That didn't seem great. Oh, I hate that. Ashton left for the mansion at nightfall, but when he got to his car... See, fearing she might not have the chance, Rebecca confessed her feelings. However, Ashton couldn't reciprocate. Visibly hurt, Rebecca left it at that. She only wanted him to know. Ooh, I didn't like that. What did I do differently? She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she flashes me one last strained smile before walking away, while the only thing I can do is watch her retreating back. But, in that one moment, one conversation, something also breaks between us. Something irreparable. A different kind of regret. Haunting me amidst the silence of my car as I drive off and leave it all behind. Oh, I didn't like that. That's something new. What did I do wrong? Well, I guess it's not gonna matter. I mean, Rebecca's gonna be... Not Rebecca, Ash is gonna die. Excuse me. Thankfully, we're almost done. And then, of course, this scene.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, this is new. Cause yeah, oh yeah, cause it was only, yeah, cause the four friends did not, yeah, cause Rebecca's, yeah, Hannah's dead body should still be here, holy shit!
Just please. Don't you love me?
And thankfully this isn't new. Alright, we're gonna have to disarm him.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time for you.
Unfortunately, Ash, you're gonna die because of this. Let me do that real quick. Because you guys can't see that. Let's see. Bearing down on me with the weight of its accompanying emotions, like they're my own. All from a time long gone and a life that was never mine.
Isabella!
Oh. Time slows to a stop. Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ! Oh my god! I just had a heart attack! I straight up thought I accidentally clicked the minimize button on OBS, but I thought I clicked the close button. I was like, no! In one moment of clarity, my body moves on its own. Heart pounding hard against my ears, blood rushing through every vein. Spurred only by adrenaline, in a desperate bid to reach her crouched, unsuspecting form, and... I don't even get to yell for her a second time. I don't even get to call her name.
Ashton!
Here we go again. An acute pain bursts through my chest in the next instant. All of a sudden, everything around me feels too sharp. Every edge, every point. Even the act of drawing a deep breath alone stings and burns my lungs, while an intense ache slowly spreads throughout my whole body. Numb. I feel numb. A hand comes away, bleeding, shaking, while I can only let out a wet, ragged laugh. Soon, without warning, I'm going down on my knees and the whole world is pitching sideways. An arm, warm and welcoming, is on me the second I stumble back, catching my fall. Oh. Yeah, so unfortunately, this actually changes depending on who Ashton has a high relationship with, and I wanted it to be Isabella because fuck us, I guess. Isabella's always been warm after all.
Ash?
Her hands are shaking. Her lips are quivering while she looks at me with wide, fearful eyes. Tears have started to form at their corners, threatening to spill at any moment, and a pang of regret hits me at the sight of it.
Ashton?
To a sudden end. Fuck. Even for the last time, I can't even give her a reason to smile.
Hey, you're crying again.
Oh, fuck.
Don't give me that look. I told you, it doesn't suit you.
Cautiously, despite the stabbing aches shooting up at every movement, I reach a trembling hand up to wipe them away. Crying's never looked good on her after all. My arm never makes it far, however. Midway, she meets my hand, catching it in a light grip, as if she's all too afraid I might break. Though, I already am. Just slowly. The pain is easing. Everything's going cold.
Shut up, Ash! Don't move, alright? Stop talking! We'll get you a doctor! Someone! Just stay put! Just stay put, okay? You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'd like to agree with that on her. Reassure her. But I've gone through a lot. Survived a lot of shit. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm done for. Whatever hit me, a hole to the chest is fatal enough. I don't think I'm going to bounce back from this. I'm dying.
I'm sorry.
I should be afraid in this moment. Yet I'm not. No fear. No dread. Just an acceptance. And a deep regret as she appears before us, her voice echoing throughout the foyer. Alright, we can oh, I thought we could skip this. Alright, guess not. At the top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands, pale as death and expression eerily calm. A cold chill runs up my spine at the sight. The woman just lingers there, a poor mimicry of life, a chilling smile on her face. Without a doubt, it's her.
I told you, didn't I? Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. And now, you're dying. Meddlesome fool.
Hannah? You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. You look so upset. Are you not happy to see me?
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. Here, there's only a whispered sigh, a fading breath, and a lone heart that beats hard one last time. She got one thing wrong, though. Oh. I didn't die alone. Fuck. Oh, fuck. That was actually really sweet. I'm actually really close to crying. I'm sorry. Alright. That's the last thing. Alright. Now we must get through this. God, I was actually really close to crying when Isabella was just like comforting Ashton during his death. I mean, again, at the very least, like, this is better than Ashton, like, dying alone. He actually gets to die in the arms of the girl he loves. And hey, you know what? You got to, you know what? How do I put this? And hey, you know, you got to, what's the hell the word I'm looking for? You got to, confess your love to her, and kiss her even. Alright, so this is new. And because Zach didn't break in this time, this should be different. Alright. Before there are any more protests, I pull my mobile out of my pocket and toss it his way. By the time he catches it, I'm already halfway out the door.
I'm going out for some fresh air.
Let's just get these new journal entries out of the way. God, I will admit, I did not like how that Ash and Rebecca conversation ended. Alright.
If anybody calls, tell them they can sod off and bother me another day.
Wait. There we go. Alright, skip. And then, of course, Takako just, like, coming in here to ruin the scene again. Huh? Oh, this is new. Oh, a little bit. Oh, I can feel the blood leaving my face. We had sent the others away for this exact reason. To give us time to cover up her disappearance. Her corpse, even. But if she knew about it, well, she has to be taken care of.
What? How did you?
Alright, and that's not new. I don't care enough to show any sign that I've heard him, retreating into the master bedroom without another word. The bouquet of daffodils is quickly placed before the nursery door. It's almost hilarious how I'm worried about a woman. Wait a minute. What? It's almost hilarious how I'm now worried about a woman more than I am of the fact that there's a corpse in the next room. But even as worry for her still keeps me on edge, I feel exhaustion come over me. Not bothering to strip off my clothes, I fall into the bed tired and alone. And that's not new. The sickly sweet scent wafting in from the nursery has kept me awake through most of the night. It's intoxicating and nauseating in equal parts. The body is yet to be disposed of. Mostly my fault. I have too much to take into account before I rush to a decision. Though perhaps this whole ordeal is being made complex by my sleep-addled brain. I can't be bothered to rise from the bed even when the sun, what little there seems to be today, peeks through the curtains. I don't want to handle any of it. Not Hannah's body, not the security, not Kylie visiting. Right now, all I want to do is actually get some sleep. Still, the thought of that woman from yesterday, and the danger that she presented, was enough to keep me from even trying. So, suffice to say, I'm not very happy that anyone would dare to separate me from my true love. The bed. Alright, so that's not new. They are not welcome in this home. The niggling voice in the back of my head starts loudly, though its presence is both unwanted and unnecessary.
If they come to investigate her disappearance, you need to make a decision. What will we be doing with the madam?
Because if they come to investigate her disappearance, well, we don't want them snooping about the house. Not until dearest Hannah is taken care of, because I'm the fool who can't let her go. It's ridiculous that I'm so sentimental about something that amounts to nothing more than rotting meat. As it is, the body is still decomposing on the inside, internal organs being the first to go. If anybody found her, they might still think that she's only sleeping. First sign of flies and maggots aside, anyway. It's been less than 48 hours. But give it a day or two and the thing will only get worse. My bedroom already smells like rotting fruit. The scent is faint and lingering. It's persistent, even with all that Johannes has done to decontaminate the place without touching the body itself.
Leave it for tonight. I'll think of something by then. Until then, I want you on top of everything. Now, if we're done here, I'd like to go back to sleep and...
I would love it if Kylie said something like, "Why does the nursery stink? It smells bad."
Tio, where is Tia?
Oh shit.
She's still sleeping in bed again? Is she gonna join us later?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about going on with this line of questioning. I honestly am not expecting her to ask about her godmother. For all that Hannah was her actual godparent, she isn't as fond of her as she is of me. For a moment, paranoia fills my mind. It's suspicious of her to ask about a dead woman for no reason. Really? I do realize this is ridiculous. To think a child is a threat to me. Her father might be putting her up to it, to find dirt on me, my mind supplies. I'm not too disillusioned to think that the people working under me are actually loyal to any extent. I can't stop myself from being defensive.
What do you care? You've never asked for her before.
Mama's been asking about her. She hasn't visited for a while.
There's a shrug, and some sense to her words. If that doesn't relieve some of the tension from me, nothing else will.
I don't know where she is, Munchkin. She's probably off somewhere doing grown-up things.
That makes sense. She does a lot of boring grown-up stuff. There's always a boring You must be happy you're not doing a boring grown-up thing right now thanks to me.
Hey, I'm doing a grown-up thing. I'm taking care of you, aren't I, you little rugrat?
I'm still on edge. But it's easy enough to put on a carefree mask once I get a grip on myself. The roll of her eyes and the way she looks at my doodles in a false serious manner helps too.
Oh, your drawing doesn't look grown-up to me.
Nevertheless, like any child her age, the line of questioning doesn't exactly stop.
Is Tia still asleep? I want to give her this pretty drawing I made for her.
And I know that they can't help it. That they don't know where to cross the line out of genuine and innocent curiosity. Yet that doesn't stop me from snapping.
Tia isn't here, alright?
So where is Tia?
She's not anywhere that I know of.
I can tell you she's not in the house.
Probably at another party, shaking hands and all that.
But she's coming home soon at least, right, Tio?
Probably not.
Enough, you little brat! Can we just...
Ooh. I don't know where Hannah is. That's the official excuse for when her disappearance is looked into. It's easier to claim ignorance, to have a lack of liability if foul play is ever suspected. There will be no what the fuck are these words? There will be no mens rea or actus reus if I spin the whole affair and make myself the clueless bystander. It'd be easier to manipulate the story if I remove myself from it, whichever way we choose to deal with this mess. But I've been blindsided by the interrogation of a child. Whispers in my ear conspire.
Silence.
What? Oh god. I have to shake my head to clear away the thoughts. She didn't deserve my anger for such innocent questions. Because this is just a kid. This is Kylie, for fuck's sake. I don't need to silence her. I had to...
Let's just have fun, alright? I'm so sorry, Kylie. Please don't cry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I raised both my hands in a non-threatening manner, trying to placate her, only for her to take a step away, wide-eyed and terrified. This look on her face just crushes something in me. Oh... Yikes. She doesn't let me say anything more than that before she runs away crying about wanting to call her father, about wanting to go home. Her crayons and toys lay strewn about, forgotten. Even Narcissa is left behind. She never leaves her doll behind if she can help it, and now it's looking at me, accusing. I've never shouted at her before. I had no right to. And even if I wanted to deny it, some part of me was about to raise my hand to her, when I promised a long time ago that I would never harm a child. Miss Pink was wrong about me, it looks like. I'm a horrible guardian. I'm not good with kids at all. Or good, period. I just can't help this awful energy that's taken over me. I feel so angry and tense and...
Ah, Sisa, what is wrong with me? Am I going mad?
Oof. I did not like that. Like, I get it, but it's also like, bruh. Alright, this is not new. Poor Kylie. Why? Why did they show this? Alright, new story. Breathing a momentary sigh of relief, I sit down on the bed while the other man looks out in the balcony and closes the door behind him.
The balcony is clear.
And he's thorough, looking in the closets and under the bed, even going so far as to look in the nursery, but it's with that he comes back silent. Johannes's eyes scan the room warily, searching to see if he missed something.
What have you done with the madam?
Oh, fuck.
What do you mean?
Wait.
The body. It isn't there.
Oh, that's terrifying.
What? Last I checked, it's still there. It's not like anybody knows where the fucking body is. Did it just stand up and walk away? Got tired of being dead and decided to unkill itself?
Maybe. It isn't there. That must mean it's somewhere else. And the house is crawling with guards, none of whom knew that Hannah was already dead. I feel the color drain from my face, but before I can take a step out, he raises a hand to stop me from charging out there.
Stay.
Stay? Do you see the problem we have here, Shroken? Are your eyes open, Shroken? Do you see the problem we're having here, Shroken?
With my own eyes.
The line delivery on that just like...
What the bloody fuck are you still doing there, then? Honor's corpse. A corpse is missing. If anyone else finds that bloody body, we are going to have an even bigger problem than Suarez's company leak.
Which is why I'm asking you to calm down. This isn't...
You do not understand, do you? Okay, everything is at stake here.
It is kind of interesting that's like, with the way, like, I know this is a visual novel, so of course, you know, there's only so much they can do, but it is really good, the fact that I'm actually really envisioning, like, you know, Luke's hand gestures, just like, do you not see? Alright, money, reputation, connections, the company I've built, everything. There's no second thought as I reach under my side of the bed and pull out one of my knives. Whoops. I have no doubt that the other man can take me on if we're both unarmed, but with this I can even the field. Or at least deter him from escalating the situation and risking hurting either of us.
I'm going out there to look for that damn fucking body, and you're either with me or you're fucking fired! I am not risking anything. I am not losing everything.
Still, like a stubborn mule, he refuses to budge from the door. There's a withering look on him that I try to match. One that somehow I'm losing fast to, even with him not saying a word yet.
Can you see yourself in the mirror right now? You're in no proper state to go looking for anyone, let alone your wife's dead body. If it'll make you happy, I will do the looking. But please, and don't make me repeat this, stay where it's safe, where security can find you. We already have one matter to be worried about. Please don't add another one to it.
Perhaps it's his tone. In spite of his general disdain for virtually everything that has to do with me, I'd like to think that over the years he's grown some sense of duty to his employer at least. Much as I loathe to admit this, I trust him over any other servant in this house. So, an acquiesce.
You have 2 hours, Shroken. I don't think it'll take that long to find one lifeless fucking corpse in this godforsaken house. 2 hours. Any more than that, I'll do it my fucking self.
Of course.
Despite his words, he lingers. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he wants to make sure I get in that damn bed and sleep before he turns away from me. What am I, a child? Watching me and treating me like one. That's the reason we'll never get along.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Nothing. I just hope you're happy.
I'm not.
Verily, now mush!
As you wish.
Only then does he seem to get the hint. Bumping into Luke after his flight from the ballroom, Johannes quickly ushered the paranoid man to his room, while the house's security looked for the trespasser. Before leaving his master, Johannes scoured the place, only to find Hannah's corpse missing from the nursery. That's interesting! With a nod, he leaves, locks and closes the door behind him. Alright, we heard this. Alright, Shroken will find her, and when I wake, I won't have anything to worry about. Alright, skip. That's not new. Let the butler take care of that little problem with Hannah while I... Hannah. Alright. Johannes has never taken this long before.
Surely there should have been an update by now. Alright?
Though the delay is understandable if he went looking for Hannah as he promised. But bloody hell, my safety is also at stake here. This blackout issue is a problem. I mean, this isn't new. Oh, this is new. It's like, what the fuck?! God, I hate doing this. The thought of having more dead bodies here, it's already quite too much. It'd literally be overkill, especially for someone like me. Way too many bodies. In the next second he falls, down on one knee, desperately trying to keep himself up with what strength he has left. But eventually his own body caves in, taking the horrified Lily down with him, muttering quietly to her as something distinctly red flows from his body. Blood? This man isn't supposed to be dead yet. He isn't supposed to be. I didn't shoot him, I'm sure of it. So what killed him? What in bloody blazes is going on here? Is it so wrong to just want a quiet night where nothing needs attending to? Just one normal night. Quickly, everything has turned crazy with perilous happenings that are hard to explain. But it seems that, when it comes to me, death is always around the corner. I want to look him over. This is going to cause more problems. All this screaming and crying for a detective who's died for no apparent reason is giving me a migraine. I need to get all these people out of my house one way or the other.
I told you, didn't I? Everything you're doing, and now...
Hannah?
And that's not new. What?
Oh, Luke, darling. Are you not
How can this be?
Do you not find my presence desirable anymore, my love?
I don't think that's new.
Tell me what's wrong, my dear prince. Does my presence leave you so speechless?
She says with a smile on her face, tiff and forced. Oh, I'm guessing that was supposed to be stiff. A dead body's parts doesn't seem as malleable as they would be on a living human. She takes a step forward and her movements are stiff and choppy. Like a corpse being forced into position despite the rigor mortis. Like the corpse that she should be. I find my voice once more when she takes a careful step forward. Just the thought of that thing approaching just makes my skin crawl. She stops to listen, fixated on my voice and on my words.
No, you're not.
Jesus.
You're not supposed to be here. You can't be here.
Hello? Oh, okay.
You're dead.
The "I killed you" is left unsaid considering present company.
And I have returned. For you. You don't have to do this. You can still have it all, Luke. Just please. Don't you love me? We would have been
can still hear her pleas as she begs me not to be rid of her. Not once have I forgotten this particular crime of my own. No matter how much I wash my hands, I can still see her blood on them. She's dead. That's an irrefutable fact, and nothing short of the devil would bring her back.
Why are you acting this way, my love? Does this not make you happy?
I feel like there's something lodged in my throat, and my heart feels like it's being sat on with how tight my chest feels.
Of course I'm happy to see you again, Hannah. Of course I love you, Hannah. But how do I know you're... How do I know you're you, darling?
Whatever do you mean? You look perturbed. Why not come here? I can make you feel better.
And she just strips off her dress. If by act of some malevolent god she was back, I don't think she would take too kindly to what I had done to her. This certainly isn't what I would expect. Not the fixated gaze or those loving words. There's no accusation in them, no anger, when Hannah has every right to look at me so. My guilt is overshadowed by the oddity of these illogical circumstances.
No. Stay where you are. Stay back. Don't go near me. Don't touch me.
Uh-oh. Probably just pissed her off with that. Oh, fuck. To his horror, Hannah, or what used to be her when she was alive, reached out for him, calling him to come to her side. Terrified, Luke recoiled. It was then when the whole house shifted before his eyes. It is that rejection which turns her expression absolutely fearsome, and everything turns to complete and utter shite. So this is going to be completely new here. Hannah's body shudders and shakes, as if she's about to have a seizure, until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is slowly stained with inky black, and her face melts into that of the woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. Along with it is the shifting of the very ground we stand on. Alright, that's not new. Let's see. Clinging desperately to Lillian Steele, who stands protectively in front of the two. I suppose it only makes sense for the man to take on that role when their friend is gone. Something to hold on to when there seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Help me. Stay.
No, stay.
Mother of God.
Sorry.
Their screams fill the mansion.
Stay away from me.
Why? Remember the blood, the very same one that now taints this house, along with many others.
I did not do this. You lie. I did nothing.
What of her then? Your wife?
Okay, so this is new.
Your sunshine. Doesn't her blood already stain these halls? Stain your hands?
Then, Hannah's really...
Oh! Dude, my girl. Let's see.
Why do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord. Remember the blood you shed. The very same one that now taints this house, along with many others.
Alright, I just wanted to replay those.
You're the one who... You killed her. Your own wife!
She's lying.
The word sounds so familiar. Just a few days ago, I've spat at the same ones at that vile woman who ruined everything. If it weren't for that Munter, that harlot. But it's no use. A seed has already been planted in their heads. Defending myself, especially against the likes of him, is pointless. Bloody hell, even Daisy's now looking at me with the same revolting stares people have given me once they know of my dirt.
So it's true then? With Hannah? Hannah, Luke?
I don't know what she's talking about. Are you that gullible, Daisy? Do you really believe the words of a murderer? She killed your friend over there.
No, you deny it. Pointing fingers, aren't we?
The ghost is like, how dare you?
You see, my love, no difference. No difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes. Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
She, the monster, reaches out again, her hands a gory, abhorrent sight, along with a smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct, stumbling back, one step at a time in a desperate bid to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this vile creature. No matter what she says, I'm nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. Yeah. Let's see.
Understand where you. Is it so difficult to grasp? We've been waiting.
Oh, they're oh shit. They're all huddled together. Let's see. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room and I'm on my feet, I'm reaching for my knife and holding it out, watching, waiting for every movement. Let's see. Let me reread that. Let's see. Using it as a way to put distance between me and these peasants. Who knows what they'll do to me, now that they know what I've done. There's only 4 of us in this room, 3 of them friends at that, and only me. I can't trust these people not to turn on me. I can't trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Blah, 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 blah. My wife and my children? You did that yourself, honey. Let's see. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything that I've built has fallen apart. My wife, my children. All because these people came in.
You 3, all of you. This is all your fault. If I've died to this bloody case, I'm taking you all down with me.
Hey now, Mr. Wright. We're all in the same...
You shut your mouth if it weren't for you or this letter.
Oh, Rebecca does it this time. Neato. Let's see. Hannah would still be... Suddenly, Daisy steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand.
Don't you dare, Luke! Don't you dare put that blame on us!
Without batting an eye, glaring at me as if she might just rip my head off in this instant. Said knife slides uselessly under the table, out of my reach. I should have expected she's not the kind to submit even under threat. For all the man's height, right now, all of us appear smaller, facing her anger.
Last I checked, we're not the one whose hands have been stained with his wife's own blood!
And what about your friend over there? Are you saying she is responsible for this mess? For the lives this sorting letter took? Dragging other people into her own problems just so she could save her little sorry self? You think I haven't seen that before? Getting real tired of your double standards, Daisy!
You know this curse is an entirely different issue from what you've done, Luke. Because, knowing you, I don't doubt that even without that blasted letter, you would have eventually... Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this! Stop this, please! With or without that damn... We still would have ended...
Yeah. Shush.
Ow! Sir Luke, will you stop?
Your friend is hiding some. What do you mean, Liv?
I'm not...
Don't give me that.
Ow! Please, those people they mentioned in the news, none of them had seen it. I should know, sir. And even if I wanted to save myself...
And yet we're all here.
We would have ended up... Maybe? Sir, please.
This place.
What?
You know, stuff about...
No! It might be something. What about this place, Zach? Maybe it's also the reason...
Remember what I told you the last time you and Ash visited?
Alright, let's see.
A few days ago?
This is new. A pause while he allows Lily to remember. Soon enough, whatever it is dawns on her. Her face, of all things. Hope?
Belle, what are you... Becca, it's this... Think about it.
Then they proceed to tell some ridiculous narrative about the supernatural. Stories about ghosts, legends, curses born out of great anger and pain, and whatever else people use to scare children. Not that I believe any of it, as if knowing will help. Bunch of loons, these people. Officially off their rockers. To think I'd be stuck in this nightmare with people like them. What did I ever do to the world? Of course, it's all absurd until...
I think it's just like what the professor guy said. Just like that old story. This mansion and some other thing might be keeping her here. You know, something he wanted in life, but never got to have.
Oh.
Something like that.
So, Luke, love.
Or maybe it's not something, Zachary.
Someone. The who doesn't have to be uttered out loud. There's only one person in this room who that woman calls after. Every single one of them has heard it. Bloody hell, it's in the reluctant shift in Daisy's eyes when they flicker over to me, though only briefly. She's also holding information of her own, or perhaps a realization she just had. Doesn't matter. I know when people have slowly started to turn on me. How did they think I lasted in this cutthroat world? Betray them before they do the same thing to you. Put a knife in their back before they can act. Kill or be killed. Survival in a nutshell. Why did they think I put Hannah out of the picture before she can cry for help and ruin everything? What now? Are they going to throw me at that creature? See what happens to save themselves? I'm no fool.
No. You're all in on this, aren't you? Of course! Of fucking course!
Luke, that isn't what I...
My hands are already on the door pushing it open before she finishes. Betrayal or not, this isn't anything new. They may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually. Trapped in this nightmare, the first thing to do is put a distance between us, before a plan even hatches in their minds. There's 3 of them, only 1 of me. I have to get out of here, find an exit to this place or a way to get rid of each of them. But karma, the damn thing, seems to be at work here. Because when the door swings open and I barrel into the next room, there's only a reminder of the blood I've shed. Of her. Of them. The nursery?
You don't have to do this.
Oh!
You can still have it all, Luke.
Oh, this is fucked.
Just please. Don't you love me?
It's not only her sobs that I hear, but his. Hers. Theirs. I'll never know now, will I? What kind of life I would have lived with them. If I'll ever be a better father than my own. But I suppose I have my answer now. I killed them after all. It's their blood that stains my hand in this room.
Or you would have been so cute.
By my own doing, I've ended all of it, even before anything had begun. Now, their blood drips from every wall, pulling at the every inch of the floor, leaving a sorry mess at the hem of my pants with every step I take into the room. Like the cold, suffocating embrace of my sins, the dread from the sight creeps up my limbs. Slow and unhurried, twisting and turning. Up and it goes, until nothing but a sharp, guttural cry escapes from my mouth and a realization. It hits me like a gut punch, sending my knees buckling and the rest of me sprawling. Behind me, Daisy shouts, a worried cry, running into the room and placing a comforting hand on my shoulder. Following after her are Lily and Steele, lingering by the doorway to that room. Hannah's little nursery, or at least it's supposed to be one until things in this place have gone haywire. I can't even bring myself to look at it.
Are you all right?
No, I'm being traumatized.
You Bampot. Don't just run off like that. We don't know what's going on in this house.
But the sharp timbre always present in her voice pales in comparison to every voice ringing in my ears, along with Hannah's and the distinct cry of babies somewhere. How many people have died here, I wonder? How many of them are still trapped in here? Because it isn't just that creature's murmurs and pleas that I hear. It isn't just my wife's or the life she carried in her. But hundreds, thousands of them. Not that it matters now, when I know I've also doomed Hannah and my own children to this nightmare. Somehow, out of everything, it's the thought of them trapped in here that sets me on edge, sends my stomach churning and bile rising up my throat. Then slowly, laughter. I also laughed back then, didn't I? The moment my eyes had seen what was to be of that room. Days later, Shotgun asked me if I was happy, that bastard. I suppose I have a clear answer now. There's no happiness in this. Despite the chuckles and the giggles spilling forth, there's only a hollow void.
I don't deserve them, Daisy! Any of them!
And there's only one way to fix this. Alright. So I do see a choice. There is a choice here. I am going to save. So there is a wrong choice and a right choice for this. So I'm gonna go for the wrong choice first, so that way we can end this on the right. Because it says here, to unlock Luke's missing bad character epilogue 1, select this. This isn't how things are supposed to end. Not like this. Not for me. Not after everything I've built for myself. What kind of bullshit is this in the first place? That I'm doomed to die? Me, the great Luke Wright? After surviving a shithole of a childhood, I'm going to die being a self-sacrificing idiot? Like hell. There might not be happiness in this. But when has that stopped me before? When has killing someone did? When has dirtying my hands with the blood of people getting in my way did? Money. Power. I want it all. And if it warrants a life, then so be it. In the end, Hannah and her unborn are nothing but another addition to the list of people I sacrificed to get what I want. This? Them?
You don't need them.
That's right. They're nothing. I only need myself to survive. Kill or be killed. This is the kind of world we live in. Ruthless, cruel, unforgiving. It's what Damien Wright had taught me. It's what life has taught me. It's about time people like them learn. It's just a pity they have to go through it the hard way. They had the chance earlier. They've given it up. It's only right that I take what they've abandoned for myself. Too soft. They're too soft. Even Daisy for all the feisty attitude she brings with her. She merely gives me a baffled look when I push myself up from the floor, staring at me with only a slew of questions in her eyes as I slowly back away from the room. It doesn't even occur to them. Poor little things. Idiots.
Luke, what are you?
Not until I'm already at the door and pushing it open. Only then does dread and fear set in their faces. Expressions I know too well. All from the people who've met the business end of my knife or gun. Or both. Hannah had something similar on her face when she croaked. Funny how in death we're all the same.
I'd really love to stay and chat with all of you. What with two lovely ladies here, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to. A shame, isn't it?
You bloody bastard! Becca, he's going to...
Her warning comes a little too late. The sound of the door slamming and locking behind me cuts her off. Not that I care. From inside, I can already hear their panic, but I don't stay. The mansion has calmed down. In fact, it seems to have done so for me, like praise for a job well done. And maybe I do deserve it. Not many have the guts to deny 3 people of their lives in one go. Oh, that's so fucked. We basically just left them to their mercy. That's so fucked. The terror in their voices filtering through the door. It's all too entertaining to hear. When was the last time I've done such? Certainly not after my marriage with Hannah. But why should I waste time listening here? Like I've told them, I have things to do. I'm a busy man. Quickly, I make a break for it, before one of them decides to bring the doors down. And sure enough, right when I reach the bottom of the stairs, the main door's almost at arm's reach. A crash echoes from upstairs, followed by hurried footsteps and curses. Vivid, colorful ones, spilling one after another from their mouths. Their mothers would have been proud.
Becca, he's gone! Where?
That fucking bullbag! How dare he! If I get my hands on him!
Guys, he's already downstairs!
Holy shit! If only their feet were as fast as their mouths, I might have given them bonus points for trying. But alas, we may all end up in the same place after death, but getting there will never be the same for all of us. For me, this hellhole is definitely not where I'm snuffing it, and I will damn make sure of it. Even if it means sacrificing a few useless nitwits. Oh, that's so fucked. Bye, bitches! Oh, this is so fucked. This is so fucked. Their fists pound hard against the door when they finally reach it. Pushing, pulling, trying to budge the bloody thing open with all their might. Yelling at the top of their lungs, begging even, in a futile attempt to get me to open it. It's useless, however, for them. These doors won't open once locked without a key. Once locked without a key. And why should I let them? I'm not an idiot. A betrayal of this kind? Well, what did I tell you about people stabbing you in the back once you turn around and you give them an opening? Is that not voiced? I guess it's not.
Only you matter, my lord, my love. You have no need for them. We have no need for them.
I say never give them a chance. Let them rot. From the other side of the door, their pleas continue. Until... Oh, this is so fucked! Laughter rings from the other side. Vile. Menacing. And I can only feel relief that I'm not in there with them, left at the mercy of that woman. Soon, the ground trembles, and the air shifts with their screams, while a thick, acrid smell filters from the room beyond. And all at once... Oh, that's so fucked. Dude, they fucking exploded. Silence. Deafening. Still. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. And with it is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Trapped in the mansion with people he barely knew, Luke Wright realized that Rebecca Gales, Isabella Santos, and Zachary Steele might turn on him, believing it to be the only way. He quickly made a decision in order to save himself. Ever so slowly, the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxbourne's countryside. Nearby, the trees sway and rustle with the breeze, a passing draft cold enough to make me shiver, the remains of a storm that has passed. In the distance, I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn at last. I'm free.
You see, my love, no difference. No difference, you and I.
We're still missing a whole bunch of shit. Holy crap. Alright. A curious local finds the bodies within the mansion months later, and whispers quickly spread across Luxbourne City upon its discovery. Officers who investigated it have deemed the mystery of the Ermengarde mansion deaths as another tragedy brought upon the city by the Anselm Butcher. But for those who still believe in the stories of the old and those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets the Ermengarde mansion have hidden for centuries. As for the one who lives, Luke Wright immediately left the city before news had even broken out. By the time anyone had caught wind of what happened in the mansion, he's already long gone. All of his bank accounts have been emptied. Barcelona, Spain! Oh. Let's see. All of his bank accounts have been emptied, including all of his Luxbourne apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone had seen of him was on a flight bound for Barcelona, Spain. No one has heard from him since. Even his people from Wright Enterprise, who have been left reeling for months with the absence of their CEO. Publicly named as the Anselm Butcher by Luxbourne authorities, the once affluent businessman has become one of the country's most wanted. However, up until now, he is yet to be found, as are the answers he has taken with his departure. Wow, that is pretty unsatisfying. Man, my man really said, bye, bitch. Let's see. Here we go. Bye, bitches. Kill them all, no fucks given. Kill them all, no fucks given. I love it. Luke escaped variant 1. Wait, missing bad character epilogue. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? God, that was funny as shit. Just like... my man really said, fuck all y'all. No fucks given. Alright, let's load that back up and go for the true ending. God, that was funny. 26. Alright. One way to correct a mistake. Mistake. Is it even one? Isn't this what I want for myself? To have everything? Money, power, hell, even women. Don't I have that freedom now and so much more? I married her for this. This has always been the plan had things not been derailed. Get rid of the dad, marry the starry-eyed heiress, acquire the company, and make her disappear. make it appear as like a terrible accident. Clean, efficient. Yet somehow it feels wrong to use that word. I loved her, didn't I? This is a sin, more like. Perhaps one that deserves an equal punishment of death. A life for a light sort of deal. Payment for the countless other lives I've also ruined and ended to get where I am. There used to be satisfaction in this, in getting what I want. Now I only feel remorse.
This is going to get me, no matter what I do, isn't it?
Luke, we can't stay here. We have to find a way out. We have to...
Go.
What? What are you talking about?
Why is this music playing?
You heard me, Daisy. Go. Leave. Have you also gone deaf now?
Sir, is this about what we said? Forget about that. We're not leaving anyone here. Ash wouldn't want that.
As if I give a damn shite about him. He still pisses me off. Well, he's dead. If anything, he should be the one thanking me. I'm saving his friends. I suppose I should make note of that. Something to keep in mind in case we're ever going to meet in the afterlife. Provided we end up in the same place. The crap I've done? I'll likely end up in the 7th level of hell. Funny how easy it is to think of these things with your death looming over you. Or maybe it's simply because I'm getting old. Well, not that old, but it certainly feels like it. I've done a lot of shitty stuff in my lifetime. So maybe this one time, I might as well do some good. Wow, that's... Wow, he actually is like, listen, I am a piece of shit, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do a redemption equals death here. Pushing myself off the floor is a struggle on its own. More from the metaphorical weight on my shoulders than the pain in my limbs or this headache. There's no backing out now, I suppose? Even if Daisy still doesn't quite understand what I mean. There she sits, looking up at me with nothing but worry. I wonder if in a different lifetime we would have become friends. Had I been born to a more decent family, or Damien Wright took me away from the slums before I even learned how to use a knife.
Daisy, do fetch me one final drink, would you? There's a stash in that dresser beside you.
I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory. She quietly hands me one as I've requested, but only after a look of protest flickers across her face. I look at anywhere but her, fixating on the colorful glass bottle she has just handed over to me, before I pop open the cork and take a swig. Or rather, a huge chug of the stuff. There's some delight when I feel a delightful burn in the back of my throat and realize that it isn't exactly wine I have in my hand. Whiskey. How quaint. How fitting. This explains where the rest of the alcohol went.
This isn't the time for some booze, Luke. We're still stuck in this bloody nightmare. A little sense of self-preservation from you would be really nice.
No, we're good. Such a nag. Though, I don't think Hannah would much appreciate me drinking in our room, either. Or at all if she had anything to say about it. Probably say something scathing and witty like, "You might as well shoot yourself in the liver, Lucille. Really now." Well, she can just tell me about it once we see each other again.
You, Steele, isn't it? Make sure your friends make it out of this place in one piece. It shouldn't be too hard for you, right?
Wait, what about you?
Fuck that! For all the weakness he displays, at least this man knows the right questions to ask. And that is exactly when it dawns on Daisy, her concern quickly melting into an expression of utter horror. Any other day I would have laughed loudly at that. To think she cares, I'm almost touched.
What are you... Don't be ridiculous, you ball bag!
You're kidding, right? Look, Wright. Mr. Wright. There must be some other way.
Alright, so I'm gonna move the game over here, actually, because I can't see shit.
This isn't going to solve anything, you numpty! You're just giving her what she...
Daisy, Rebecca, do me a favor and watch over Carlos.
Oh, That's actually really sweet. Watch over Kylie for me.
The Rugrat shouldn't be allowed more than one glass of parfait a day. Her father spoils her too much.
Why don't you do that yourself? I'm not her godparent, you are!
I have to stifle the giggles that threaten to spill uncontrollably. I'm not yet drunk, but I might as well be. Losing my mind, maybe.
I'm afraid I won't be able to.
Oh.
I'm going to have to apologize to her for me as well. You see, Daisy, where I'm going, there's no coming back from.
A smile. Then, I'm dousing the whole room with the remaining liquor, before a word escapes their mouths. They can only watch. I can tell they don't approve of this, but what can they do? It's my house. I can do whatever I want with it. And it doesn't take too long for Steele to catch on. He's seen this ugly side of me more than anyone here. There's still reluctance in him, of course. The man remains soft even for people who have openly hated him. A hesitation in him, even as he's pulling the two women away from the room, quickly ushering them through the doors that should lead them to the hallway.
But, Luke, we can't...
Go on, Daisy. There's nothing left for you here.
A long moment of silence, of conflict and pain flashing fleetingly across her face. We never did get along much, Daisy and I. Though right now, I like to think that she's come to care for a rotten bloke like me the way she might do for another friend. Unable to meet my eyes, perhaps out of some uncalled-for guilt, she simply reaches out for both of my arms and gives it a light squeeze. And then, in a voice so low and whispered,
This is what you want.
Not a question, merely a statement, a fact, one that deserves an equal honesty. Funny, I've never been the honest sort.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Wow. Realizing that he had doomed Hannah and their children to years of eternal torment inside the house, and despite Rebecca's protests, Luke Wright decided. The look on Daisy's face before Steele closes the door behind them? Odd. There's no other word for it. It's the same one my own mum had given me, along with the same words. A gift, I consider them back then. I never understood the use for it. It's not like she didn't take care of me like a mother should. Eleanor Chandler did more than that. But seeing such a strikingly similar expression on Daisy, I understand it now. It wasn't for her misgivings as a mother. It's for all the what-ifs, could-haves, and should-haves. Things that'll never be because it's far too late.
I'm sorry, too.
Under the room's low light, the amber liquid gleams tauntingly where it has landed. On the floor, on the bed, on the walls. On every dresser its splatter is reached. It's brighter, of course, once set alight, but I don't wait for it to spread. If I'm to die here, this place also has to go, burned to the ground with every sin and horror it hides. I suppose this is the closest I can get to atonement. Without a single glance back, I take the rest of my liquor stash from the dresser with me, and headed instead for the door to Hannah's nursery. It opens to the study before, though with how fucked up this place is, I'm not entirely sure what I'll find next. One thing's certain.
Somebody. Anyone. Help me. Help us. Luke, please. Our children.
Somewhere in this house, she waits. Oh, this is a new song. I allow her voice to lead me, following her cries and pleas, as I go and douse each room I pass with alcohol and set it ablaze. Not a comforting thing to hear, but certainly a better sound than an agonized wail. Amidst the gore and the horror, it's the closest thing I can cling to, including the stray thoughts that have somehow chosen to surface. Short bursts of memories I've always been fond of, more than I care to admit, either out of fear or embarrassment.
How about Botany Bay, Luke? In Kent? It's gorgeous there.
I don't know, Buttercup. Don't you think it's a little too far from here? Remember, I still have a company to manage.
Well, it won't always be that way, yes? And maybe we can also get a dog.
I suppose.
So, someday?
Someday, Buttercup. Someday.
In truth, a half-hearted response, spoken out of ignorance or some sort of complacency over the kind of life I assumed we'd have. Or I'd have. She was never meant to live past the second year of marriage. She had no idea how tempting those paltry dreams of hers now. A little house by the beach, a dog, our children, her, and the vast expanse of the sea before us. She was right. We would have been so beautiful. But as the whole of this place smolders, so do those. When I run out of liquor, I simply drop the bottle and take one off from many nooks I've stashed one in. And there's no lack of it in here. The hard stuff, the shorts, the watered down kind. Gifts from a distant relative, friends, so-called friends. You name it. I'd made sure there was always one within reach. Hannah had called me out on this numerous times before, telling me I had a problem. I'd always tell her she doesn't know the half of it, before completely dismissing her concerns.
I'll worry a lot, that woman.
Right now, however, I'd give anything to hear her say that again. If only for the last time. This is fucking powerful, man. With each room I pass and burn, the place becomes easier to navigate, as if it's slowly righting itself, returning to what it's supposed to be. Soon, I finally find myself standing before the door to the attic. From the bedroom nearby, the strong odor of burning wood, cloth and varnish alike wafts from under the door, slowly filling the hall with a thick black smoke. Hopefully, Steele is able to get his friends out of here before it's too late. The blaze has already started in earnest in every part of the house. I can already feel the heat seeping from the rooms I've set aflame. In a matter of minutes, flames will engulf the whole house. But there's one more place left. Upstairs, where her cries echo from. My feet fall hard and heavy against the old steps, a steep, rickety thing that should have been fixed during renovation. I suppose it's only fitting this is where I make this march, trapped in the highest point of this place, as the rest of the world burns to the ground with me. A final fall. To death. To her. For some reason, nothing about this scares me, no matter how much I've dreaded this kind of end in the past. There's only a calm, a stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. Even as I open the door, and I'm greeted not by Hannah's warm embrace, but her cold, chilling smile. But the reality of this, the terror, doesn't take hold and sink until my knees hit the floor and I hear a whisper in my ear. In a voice so familiar, yet different, reverberating inside my head, in soft murmurs and sighs, while her arms come from behind to rest across my chest.
You came home to us.
I guess hoping to see Hannah here is already asking for far too much. Perhaps something I don't deserve even in death. Yet tears flow freely from my eyes, despite the disappointment. Nothing but lightness and air, and the feeling of finally being released from shackles that have scraped me raw. Because at the end of this road is her. And I think this is it. This is how I die. A gradual descent to the abyss, as everything around us goes up in flames. Behind me, the window blows out from the heat. But above the piercing sound of shattering glass is the rustling of trees against a light breeze. A passing draft that carries even into this room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver, strong enough to fan the flames further. In the distance, I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Ever so slowly, darkness gives way to the warm morning hues. The soft rays of the morning sun, altogether spilling into the window, stirring a distant memory. Have laughter and a tender voice I long to hear one last time. Aww. Charlotte. Oh, wait a minute.
I did not do it for you.
Dawn. At last. And she is free. Dusk to dawn. Burned at the stake. Ending 1. Piercing the past. Oh. You've unlocked the final memory fragment. Like the flames that engulfed the mansion that night, whispers quickly spread across Luxbourne City after the incident. Officers who investigated it have deemed the tragedy of the Ermengarde mansion an accident. An unfortunate outcome of a long-rumored domestic dispute between Luke and Hannah Wright, killing innocent lives. But for those who still believe in the stories of the old and those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets the Ermengarde mansion have hidden for centuries. If there will come a time those will finally be revealed, only the ashes of the now ruined mansion know. However, on nights when the wind howls and thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices where it once stood, of cries and wails that fill the nights, and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who remain, Zachary Steele decides to give the movie industry another try a year later. This time, he brings a film that tells of a harrowing experience under the shadow of the Ermengarde mansion's curse. With help from Rebecca Gales and Isabella Santos on production, he's able to bring it to life 2 years later. But unlike his first foray into the indie scene, this one turns out to be a blockbuster hit, gaining him accolades from several award-giving bodies. Although the film has brought him considerable success and opportunities, Zachary claims it'll be the last film he'll be making, remarking that he merely wishes to tell the tale. A decision he has yet to change his mind on, much to his fans' disappointment. After the clamor for the movie has died down, he quietly returns to his freelance photography business, living a simple life in the same old apartment, away from the spotlight. All the same, he dedicates the film's success in honor of an unnamed friend. Determined to disclose the truth, Rebecca Gales writes a book detailing Luxbourne City's true history. With help from Professor Andrew Clark, she pieces together every omitted information from current accounts. Oh, here we go. I think we finally get the truth. Charlotte Ermengarde's role in the city's foundation and the truth behind the very woman who built it. That this, in spite of the professor's stern warnings against bringing those to light, Charlotte Ermengarde has always been revered by the people of Luxbourne after all. And sure enough, upon publication, it creates a huge stir. Although considered a masterpiece by some, even becoming a bestseller, it's also met with harsh criticisms from Luxbourne's academic circles. Others believe it an attack to the city's way of life, outright condemning it. It doesn't take long for it to reach controversial status, and mere months after its release, the book becomes the subject of litigation. As a result, it has since been withdrawn from the shelves by the publisher. To date, Rebecca continues the effort to bring it back to the market, knowing its worth. A war that she seems to be winning in time. Doing it not for herself, but for the memory of a dear friend whom the book has been dedicated to. Months after the incident, Isabella Santos has finally found the courage to pursue what she truly wants. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for a few years, with their blessing, she quits her job at the Briar Realty Corporation and takes the scholarship offered by the local university. Slowly, she gains recognition, both in the local and international art scene, for her vivid depiction of death and suffering. Although continuously lauded for her talent, no one knows why she has chosen such a dark subject. She has kept mum about it throughout the years. Perhaps the closest answer the curious will get, when she's asked, is the slight shift of her eyes and the wistful look that crosses her face. A quiet glance towards a painting of a young man in her studio. Oh, it's of Ash. Her best-known work, and strangely, the only one from her collection with an ardent expression of life and of a love realized far too late. From the ashes. Oh, fuck you. And it's only during those short, candid moments that she ever smiles again. All that remains. Although now busy with their new lives after the curse, Isabella Santos, Rebecca Scales, and Zachary Steele remain close friends. A bond that has only grown tighter throughout the years. But even after so long, Ashton Frey's loss is still a grief all of them carry. And on the same day as what became known as the Ermengarde Mansion tragedy to the public, they always make it a point to meet where he lies. Once a year, when they exchange stories and talk like the way they all used to. A shadow of what they were before the tragedy. Their way of coping with a sorrow that still looms over them. Though they never speak of it, well, never, each of them know that each of them know that his death is a wound that may never heal. They can only carry on. And we'll play through the credits this time. Oof, man, that was rough. And that was the true ending? I will admit, I did like that song that was playing while Luke was like dousing the house in liquor to light it aflame. That was good. But, what I was going to say about, that final CG with Luke, Takako, and Charlotte, I think I finally get it. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was so Takako, I think, really was the main villain. So it wasn't Charlotte, it was Takako. Or maybe, like, how do I put this? I think, so we saw in that memory fragment, the final one, that Charlotte picked up the letter that said, "Help me." And I'm going to assume then that Charlotte was Takako's first victim. And because of that, is it, like, I'm thinking that maybe that their two spirits, like, merge together to become this entity? Like, I don't know. The only thing I'm wondering is, what happened to Edward? Like, what happened to Edward? Like, did he live? Did Charlotte accidentally kill him? Or did well, no, Takako wouldn't... Well, wait. Maybe? Would Takako kill Edward? I don't know. But still, that is interesting that we still didn't really get all of Luke's path. I thought that would actually give us some background into what really happened. But still, I am kind of curious now, like... Let me see. The funny thing is that there is a guide on Steam about getting all the flowcharts, which is interesting. Now we gotta get through this. Holy shit. Alright. I wonder if Kylie's still gonna fucking die. Oh no, she won't! Okay, that's good. Wait, what? 60s- wait! Oh. I got so upset. I was like, excuse me? What do you mean 66%? But okay. Alright, so I guess we have a Rebecca variant and Isabella variant. That's fair. Hey, we got all the CGs for chapter 7. And we got all the memory fragments. So Takako burning at the stake, dying a horrible death. And then... Oh! I didn't even notice! Oh! So it's not Takako who wrote it, it was Charlotte! I guess before Takako murdered her. Let's see. 80% of achievements. All that remains. As for those who live to tell the tale, piecing the past, unlock all memory from... I thought that said piercing. And then, let's see. Dusk to dawn. Dawn at last and she is free. Wow. Here we go. To a sudden end. Even for the last time, you can't even give her a reason to smile. And obviously, we still got some achievements we need to unlock. But I think for now... Okay. Alright, but I think for now, it is time we get off this. We did our due diligence. We got the true ending. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. We're still missing. I guess this would be Rebecca then, right here. Yeah, I'm guessing those would be Rebecca. These two I just don't know. Alright. We did it. Alright, so... I'm not gonna end the stream just yet, because I do want to look up, criticisms of the game and see, like, if they have any, like, indication as to, what exactly is the background behind this, so... We will be going to the intermission, page, but pretty much, the game is over. Alright, so, I am going to look some stuff up real quick. I guess because we are on the intermission page, now is the time to take a break if you want. Get something to eat, get something to drink, go to the bathroom, basically do whatever it is you need to do. We're probably just gonna be talking the rest of the way anyway, so... Oh, I'm skipping way too much. Let's see. Ba -bum 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 -bum. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm looking it up. Apparently, even fans are not sure if the ghost who's, you know, who's, like, behind this is Charlotte or Takako. Okay, so it says here, I'm on TV Tropes because honestly this helps me. This helps me with, like, this honestly helps me, like, what the hell's the word I'm looking for? This honestly helps me with, keeping information, like, concise, and it also helps me figure it out. And it says here, apparently, is the ghost who commits murders in the game Lady Charlotte Ermengarde or Takako? Some people probably believe that the former is behind the brutal murders in the game due to her sadistic nature and the atrocities that she committed when she was alive. Considering the fact that Charlotte gleefully tortured Takako by making her own men rape her and broke her spirit by murdering her cat and Edward while forcing Takako to watch. Okay, so Edward did die. She really murdered his ass! Holy shit. After Charlotte was driven to suicide by the ghost, she ended up fusing with Takako's spirit. So, so I was technically right. That, yeah, Takako and Charlotte were haunting the mansion, but I thought they were just two separate entities. No, they're the one and the same. Let's see. As evidenced by the emotional mood swings from pleading for help to a sadistic laugh and the scene with Luke Wright in the gardens. While it could be Takako's vengeful side that makes her a vicious and sadistic ghost, the real evidence lies in Charlotte herself. Whether it is one or the other, or both, that commits the murders, we will never know until the creator confirms it was one of them. Oh, and they also brought this up. What also makes this really interesting is whether Charlotte or Takako corrupts and encourages Luke to murder his own wife, or he does this of his own will. We will never know the answer, but the evidence could be directed towards the former due to the ghost whispering something to Luke, despite the latter probably doing this of his own volition. And that is kind of yeah, because honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I was honestly thinking that, like when we first got through Hannah's whole thing, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe the ghost encouraged Luke to murder Hannah. Like, maybe she is behind Hannah's murder. But then when we actually got to Luke's chapter, it seems like he wasn't really, like, possessed to do it, but more so pushed to do it. I mean, yeah, he still made... What I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, I initially thought that he was fully possessed and, you know, Takako/Charlotte, you know, possessed Luke and made him murder Hannah. But when we got to Luke's chapter, it seemed like, you know, the ghost was only encouraging Luke to do it, but Luke still followed through with it in the end. Let's see. I like that. A lot of I'm looking at it and it's like people are like praising Curtis Arnott's performance for Luke. And I was right, it is Takahata. It is the voice actor for Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. And a lot of people really liked his performance, which is good. I liked it too. I loved it. One of the best things ever. Let's see. Okay, so another thing here says, let's see. Lady Charlotte Ermengarde is the vicious daughter of the founders of Luxborn City and its prior head, who hides behind a benevolent facade while secretly masterminding the misfortunes of the work. The work? When her maid Takako discovers Charlotte's infidelity, she has Takako thrown in jail and raped by her men. Exposed to her fiancé Edouard, Charlotte orders both him and Takako's cat killed as well to torment her, before framing Takako and sentencing her to be burned at the stake. Returning after death as the ghost, fused with Takako, Charlotte leaves the latter unable to move on to the next life while haunting Luxborn as the Anselm Butcher. Oh, fuck! That's so... That's so fucked. That is so fucked. Oh my god, that's so fucked. Oh my god. Apparently, Kylie is not very well liked in the fandom, and apparently they said that apparently, like, if you get the golden ending, which is like if everyone lives, which is what I got, many players consider her death in that, you know, when she gets her neck snapped by the ghost, to be worth it, and that's so fucked. Oh my god, that's funny. Just reading things here. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Oh my god, is that true? Reading on ahead, it's like, apparently, the man that Charlotte was fucking, that Takako, like, caught her in, was apparently Edward's cousin. What the fuck? Oh wow, really? That's interesting. Apparently, Marianne and Lorraine, they were characters created by a backer, which explains why Marianne's story is a bit more isolated from the others. Wow, so I was thinking that, because it's like, when you really think about it, like, Marianne does not seem... Like, Marianne does not seem like... Like, her story did not seem as connected to the others, despite the fact that she's, like, one of the characters that, like, you play as. So the fact that you know, it turns out that her origins was that she was basically, like, a character created by a backer, that explains a lot, actually. Oof. Oof. Oh, okay. I did not know that. God, did I really not know that? Apparently the, okay, so apparently, I guess I just did not fucking, like, notice or whatnot. Apparently, so the letter, right? We know what the letter looks like. So, you know, so it has help me, right? Apparently it was just a call for help, but then teenagers, I guess the teenagers that we saw in that video camera from Marianne's chapter, apparently added the chain clause. So that was, I mean, that did seem weird, but I should have fucking known. I should have fucking known. That's a thing? Man, this is fun, like, reading stuff here. Like, I know I'm quiet, but it's just like... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading all this, and it doesn't really look like this was that much. Hmm. Doesn't really say anything about, like... Man, that was it, huh? Well, either way, it's done. It's done. And still, okay, so that helped fill in some plot holes, I think. But, yeah, I already talked about a lot of my criticisms for this game, like, last year when I got to the credits for the first time. I will admit, like, it is kind of interesting to learn about some things. I mean, we finally got to learn about, like, Takako and Charlotte, and it turns out, like, I was half right, half wrong, like. I was half right, half wrong, like, I was half right in that, you know, that, yeah, it couldn't have been only Takako, it had to have been Charlotte, you know, fucking about with everybody. And I wonder if a lot, you know, because again, when we reached the end of Marianne's chapter, and we saw Takako fuse into Charlotte, not fuse, but you know what I mean, like, turn into Charlotte, I was like, wait, what? That's interesting! But I was half wrong in that, like... But I was half wrong, because, again, I genuinely thought that they were just two separate entities. You know... I didn't know that they were just two spirits fused into one. So that's interesting. So that's the first thing. The second thing was that... I didn't know Charlotte killed Edward. I thought she, like... Okay. I didn't know that, like, she killed Edward. I thought that she just, like... I mean, yeah, she beat him up, but I didn't know that. But yeah, it's like... You know, so that's a thing. And then, of course, God, I honestly cannot believe they actually put, like... I actually can't believe that they pretty much confirmed that, like, yeah, Charlotte ordered men to rape Takako. that is a whole new level of fucked up. Like, how do you get like this? How do you get like that? Like, oh my god. But, I need to check something real quick. Excuse me for a moment. Alright, sorry about that. I thought something was one thing, but no, it turns out it's just something else I had seen, if that makes sense. But still, man, there's so much has happened. But still, that is the letter. I will admit, I kind of feel a little like, like a little, it feels weird to say unfulfilled. I don't know, like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the fact that, like, maybe it's just because of the fact that it's, like, this doesn't, that it's, like, I don't feel like satisfied, or maybe because I just played through the game. Like, I don't really feel that satisfied. Like, I feel like, I think it's just because, I don't know, I think it's just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, I was kind of hoping we would go into more of Charlotte and Takako's backstory, I mean, yeah, we got the memory fragments, and yeah, of course we have, like, those bits, right, where, you know, where the characters are experiencing Takako's life, you know, Takako and Charlotte's life in those fragments, but I don't know, like, I was kind of expecting, like, more. But I also understand that I can't get everything I want. And as I said before, like, we can just, like, yeah, the true ending was a thing. Alright, fair. And I will admit that, like, yeah, Luke really, like, you know, was good in that last bit, you know, when he orders everyone to leave and he goes down with the house itself. But I don't know, I still, I don't know, like, the true ending just, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, I mean, yeah, you get Rebecca, Isabella, and Zach to live, and don't get me wrong, those three deserve it, but it's also, like, I don't know, I'm kind of a fan of, I mean, obviously I'm more of a fan of the Everybody Lives ending, where, you know, where Luke and Hannah, you know, fix their problems with each other, and have a family, and the children are being, you know, are born and loved and all that. Marianne is able to get over Lorraine and forgive herself and move on, and the four friends get to, you know, succeed in their respective you know, fields of work and all that. You know, and they're still, you know, thick as thieves, which is good. I don't know. It's just, I feel like, I don't know, like, I just like that. I just like that more than the true ending. And I think like we're allowed to, like, do that. We're allowed to disregard canon and, you know, just pick whatever endings we like. And I'm going with that, the Everybody Lives ending. Like, yeah, Kylie dies, but we can even disregard that and say, no, she lived. She lived. It is kind of funny, though, that, like, apparently people don't like Kylie. And I'm like, I mean, I didn't think she was bad. Like, actually, let me check something real quick. What was I gonna look up? I actually just forgot what I was gonna look up. What the fuck? I just forgot what I was gonna look up. What the hell? What the fuck was I gonna look up? I forgot. What was I gonna look up? I forgot. I genuinely forgot. I can't remember. What the fuck? But yeah, I think Kylie was fine. Oh, right! I was gonna look up to see, you know, if they've done any more games. That was it. God, I'm an idiot. It's like, I genuinely forgot. Let's see. Oh, they have! Okay, so the letter came out in 2017. And yeah, Yang Yang Mobile is a Philippines-based indie game. So that makes sense for all the crappy English. That sounded so bad. No, okay, I shouldn't express that. I shouldn't say that. No, like, yes, their grasp of the English language, you could tell is not perfect, but they tried their best. Let's see, so they made more games. So they have 3 more games. They have one called Love Esquire, which honestly looks like a Fire Emblem ripoff. That came out in 2019, so a couple years later. And then they have Perfect Gold, which came out last year. Oh, and this one's actually a Yuri visual novel, so that's interesting. And then they have something that's coming out this year, apparently, called Saint Maker. But I've never heard of it. Saint Maker? What is that? Saint Maker. What is that? Oh, it's a horror visual novel. Yeah, cause apparently Love Esquire and the why is it autoplaying? I shouldn't be doing that. Cause apparently autoplay. Cause apparently Love Esquire was like a visual novel / RPG thing that again looked like a Fire Emblem spin-off. And then the other game, Perfect Gold, is a Yuri visual novel. So apparently Saint Maker, let's see. So it says here, Saint Maker is a short horror visual novel starring Holly Beltran, a girl who is sent to a religious recollection. Though Holly would rather spend her summer lost in the pages of her fantasy book Adira, the head nun of the convent has other plans. At night, broken-faced statues and whispered prayers haunt Holly's dreams. Before the recollection is over, Holly may have to face more than her own demons to come out alive. Let's see. Features. Religious and psychological horror. Experience a horror story rich with eerie religious iconography and psychological scares. Fully voiced. A full cast of professional English voice actors will be bringing the characters to life. Interactive dialogue choices. As the horror unfolds, your choices will help Holly discover more about herself during this ordeal. Bone-chilling visuals. Witness the haunting setting of the convent of the Sisters of Saint Idolora, with detailed background CGs and animated illustrations adding to an immersive and terrifying experience, and the original soundtrack. Originally composed soundtracks which add both horror and heart to the story. Let's see. Alright, so the game has not... Okay, so I'm on the Steam page right now, and it says that apparently they still don't really have a release date determined yet, but there is a demo. We're not doing that, obviously. Alright, now I'm looking at screenshots. Yeah, it definitely looks like the letter style. Yeah, it definitely looks like the letter style. And that's it. Wait. Oh! Okay. I misread something. I'll definitely admit they improved their art. But anyway, I think that'll be about it. So, let's move on. Anyway, I'm sorry that, apparently there wasn't a lot. I thought there would be more. But again, we got the true ending. We found out what was really behind everything. And as I said before, you know, all the criticisms I had for this game, I already said them last year. And this new stuff that we did get to encounter this route, I mean, it wasn't a lot. Again, I don't it really does feel like that some of the romance endings were not really thought out. Didn't feel as satisfying. And I don't know, I think I will admit, right, that for their first game, this was a really good result. And I can only hope that you know, as time has gone on and they've come out with more games, that, you know, they're getting better at it. I mean, that's the only thing we can hope for. But, so, I guess this means, what does this mean now for the future of this? Well, as I said before, I will be taking a fucking break after this. I streamed so much this past month. And this game has taken a lot out of me. So I guess the first question is, what would be the next stream? Well, there's two ideas. One is, of course, what is the next game I'm going to be streaming? Well, as I said last time, yesterday, the game I'm going to be streaming next is more of Katawa Shoujo. Just to get ourselves back into that nice, wholesome, light atmosphere, I guess. You know, and actually get some romance that feels earned. And I do know that I want to stream that on the last Sunday of November. So when is that? So yeah, on the 27th of November, we will be playing more of Katawa Shoujo, going through Hanako's route. But in terms of when the next stream will be overall, well, I remember saying before we started on the letter, again, that I was going to be doing a tier list for Genshin Impact characters based on how hot I find them. And yes, that is genuinely going to be like the entirety of the stream. It's just me, like, you know, picking which Genshin characters are hot, which ones are just cute, and which ones I personally wouldn't go near with a 10-foot pole, and people judging me for my tastes. Now, obviously, as I said before, this is not going to be, like, next week or even the week after that. I'm honestly shooting for that to be on the 20th of November, just so I can get, like, a couple weeks to just relax and not do any streaming, give my computer a break. And just kind of like, you know, just prepare for it. Not to mention too, I also got to prepare for that Genshin tier list stream, because I have been thinking about it, and I am thinking that's like, it's something I am definitely gonna have to put disclaimers on, write a unique description for, and then figure out a way to title this and tag it in a way that isn't going to get the Genshin fandom on my back. Paint a target on my back, because why is this person who's never played the game before judging characters, blah 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 blah, you know. But I do know at the very least my friends are gonna find enjoyment out of this. They're gonna probably love judging me. Just like, Airi, you're into that? I mean, to be fair though, one of them, Gary, kind of already knows my tastes, so I don't think they were gonna judge me that much. Besides, even if they did, I could just judge them right back, because I know what they're into. But yeah, so the next stream will be a Genshin Impact character tier list on Airi's scale of attractiveness. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to title it, but I'll figure that out. With that out of the way, I believe it is time we wrap up not only this stream, but the finale, the ending to our Halloween and October of 2022. thank you all for joining me on this journey, honestly. We had a lot of laughs, we got pretty emotional in some regards, got kind of angry, and we had a lot of fun. And I hope you all did as well. I will see you all on the 20th of November for the totally non sequitur stream I'll be having at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, have a good night, a good week, a good few weeks, honestly, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Halloween, as I